Hello, Year 7, Mr. Hunter here. I put this together with the purpose of supporting you and helping anyone who's still feeling a little bit confused or stuck about what they have to do. You'll notice when you go into Frog, there is a Word document attached. Please make sure you open that up. The front of it should look, or rather, the first bit should look a bit like this, with Year 7 big questions. Just do let me know if you can't open it up for whatever reason, and I can email it across. I'll make sure my email is on the Frog entry. The first bit is laying out of the task. Now, this is following on from what you did last week, or what you should have done last week. We have been, over the course of this term, developing your philosophical discussion skills. Remember, philosophical discussions are questions that might not necessarily have a set answer. Examples of this might be, what is love? And what is beauty? What is art? If you ask a group of people these questions, you might come up with a whole load of different answers. But your challenge is to show off your thinking skills by writing up your ideas on, it says here, two big questions. Last week you should have done one of them. You need to use the writing up framework that is in the booklet. My plan had been to return to lessons where both questions would be peer assessed, and then you just pick one. However, with the likelihood that we're not going to be back to school certainly this before these holidays start, I think what you can do is make sure you still do two of them, and then you pick your best one and you make sure you submit it to me, and I can mark that and give you feedback on that. The target grades are there for you, and their descriptors are there as well. So you should all be aiming as high as possible. But obviously not comparing yourselves to the rest of the class. Try to make sure, if, for example, last time you got a grade 4, have a look at what you need to get to grade 5 to start off with, and try and build up from there. So, as for how to actually write up your philosophical discussion, well, your starting point is you need to actually pick which question you want to answer. Make sure it's something deep and meaningful. I don't want to see what came first, the chicken or the egg, for example. Try to come up with something that gives you the best chance to show off your creative skills. If you're struggling for inspiration, there's some examples down there at the bottom. What do we mean by truth? Who or what created the universe? What do we mean by beauty, etc. And I want you to obviously first write out the question in full, then describe in your own words what the point of the question is. Then explain your own viewpoint with clear reasons, and then look at the other side of the argument. Why might someone disagree with your viewpoint on this question? And try to include some specific examples. Now, what would be really impressive to see is if you can make links to religious views. I'll give you an example. If you were to pick for who or what created the universe, well, you can think about how maybe a Christian viewpoint on this question, and maybe a atheist or a humanist perspective on this question, or maybe someone who's agnostic. Someone who has some religion, who maybe believes in certain religious concepts but doesn't necessarily agree with organized religion as a whole. Just make sure it's nice and balanced. And there are some sentence starters there to help you if you need them. So just remember, you should have done, by the end of this, you should have done 2 philosophical discussion write-ups, including what you did last week. And then once you've done that, pick your best one and send it to me. Now, you can either upload it to Frog on the system there, or if it's proving a bit too tricky for you, or you can't quite get your head around it, just email it to me. My email will be on the Frog entry. However, do make sure if you are emailing it to me that you do it from your school account. Unfortunately, for various reasons, I cannot respond to or open up any emails from a student's personal account. So please do email it over to me. If you are stuck or confused or just need a little bit of a nudge, of support, then again, email me from your school account, or open up our, if you can get your head around Microsoft Teams, I've activated our group on there. Just post a message on there. I'll make sure that I check that tomorrow and get back to you as quickly as possible. But yeah, other than that, give it your best shot. So by the so certainly by the end of the week, realistically, I would like to see your best philosophical discussion written up following those sentence starters. Best of luck.